Hello there, Cancer. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's for Cancer for January of 2019. We made it. 2018's gone. Went pretty fast, didn't it? Well, Happy New Year. And to all of you that are new, I pull 4 cards for the month. Use the bottom card on the deck for overall view of the month. And we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, because I'm an empath, I have a speech pattern. Don't answer the phone, Cancer. Sorry about that. I can't turn it down any lower or shut it off. I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you, which means all of us Cancers are named Frankie for the time of this reading, I guess. Look at your moon sign and rising sign. You get a more comprehensive view of the month. The other thing is I don't think the cards will go week by week. I believe they'll blend in and out throughout the month, kind of like an overall theme. Now, our message for us this month is there's a lot of argumentative energy going around. And our job is to stand back and listen, and maybe there's a way to just totally avoid any kind of a conflict if we don't have to have it. And the other little piece of it was to be very careful also about just making those really snap decisions, like shooting from the hip, that kind of thing. Quick judgments, snap judgment. Stop, take a breath. It's almost identical to the first message. Stop, take a breath, stand back, and evaluate it first. We have really good words here: vision, creativity, efficiency, play, and forgiveness. And what do we get but the Three of Cups energy at the bottom of the deck? We got our play already. This is having good times, parties, celebrations with family. Maybe it was New Year's Eve, or, well, that's December, but really enjoying the camaraderie of friends and people that we love and care about, and celebrating it. It could be a wedding, because it comes right after the Two of Cups, a special occasion that we get invited to, maybe New Year's Day celebration, but really being able to sit back with friends, with people that I love, with people that I want to play with, and there's creativity, energy in these cups, because cups energy is creative and emotional and fluid. And sometimes with this energy of this kind of group energy, we can get a vision or an idea of what we're going to do moving forward, just through interaction and talking with people. It's a nice kind of really interesting energy to have around us. So I'm going to say overall, with our words here, and there's a couple interesting cards in here, Cancer. That's why I'm saying it the way I am. And 2 of them go directly with our original message. So, we want to keep our heads on our shoulders this month and really enjoy it. Enjoy the energy, keep that flow, keep what was the word they said? Camaraderie. And I like it for us, it just feels like happy times this month. And by avoiding things, avoiding the conflict and, the argumentative people, and just doing that shoot from the hip type of energy. That's not us anyhow. We like playing. We like peace and comfort and family and friends and home around us that makes us feel good and better. And after play comes that word forgiveness. I put my card down instead of back on top of the deck. I sat it over on the other side of the table. Not going to help us. any, because, and I think those messages are important because our next card here is the Seven of Swords. That's a really scary card. You know, we may have to be doing forgiveness here, but the energy of this card, they call it the thief card, where this guy goes in and steals 5 swords from the camp, only leaves 2. He does it in broad daylight, supposedly. Everybody sees what he's doing, and he's stealing and taking these things. They all know he did it. He's kind of like the elephant in the middle of the living room that nobody talks about. But I want to warn you of being with the Seven of Swords and this, it would be wrong not to warn you that it is a card also of deception and betrayal type energy, and being as we'd rather have the celebratory energy, I would keep my eyes open to that, because the Seven of Swords, it tells us it's a statement, basically, that cautions us in all of our that we are cautioned in all of our dealings. There's like a suggestion with this card of a roundabout action and using more indirect communication. Nothing's quite what it seems to be, and you have to kind of use your wit to achieve your aims. It's a warning to avoid being overconfident. We may be like at the top of the heap right now, or the top spot, but lack of proper prudence with this card could still do us in. It's like when you get the upper hand over a situation, but you still need to exercise caution in handling your affairs. Okay? It's a time when you can begin, like, to attempt to overcome any other previous failures, but we can't go at it like the bull in the china shop deal. Uh, Discretion, discrimination, diplomacy. Diplomacy, there we go, Cancer, diplomacy for us. Um, Use them as they're required. Uh, it's kind of like using, what I'm hearing is diplomacy and evasive tactics. That's the way I'm hearing it. That's what we're required to use. We may not like this kind of approach because we're straightforward people, but it's more likely to achieve success, and it means we could get good advice too. Even in the midst of all of this and with this party type energy, maybe someone's going to give us some good advice. I call this like don't walking on eggshell kind of energy, where we crunch, crunch, crunch real quietly up through the back door. So, yay, we can go through the front door all the time. Now, if this is another energy and not us, right? And this kind of produces our vision, but it has to be handled in a particular way. We're not the bull in the china shop type energetics anyhow. We are creative, we're Cancer, we're clairvoyant and psychic, very efficient when it comes to our home, but we may be tiptoeing around some type of energy. But it also warns us to be careful, right, of deception or betrayal in other people. So you want to keep your eyes out, maybe at work, maybe in relationship. This looks very good and happy, though, this energetic coming off of this card here. It looks very good and energetic, like happy energy, and it feels nice. This is kind of like a weird dump in. It like dumped into the middle of the reading, and we don't want it. So we want this kind of energy coming at us, because our next card here is the Ace of Rods. What excellent. I mean, really excellent. Look at all the new growth on here. This is the hand of the source or God, the universe coming out, handing us a fresh new start, a new beginning. Maybe we have to do this tiptoe around thing in order to get a new job or creatively finance something, uh, in order to move forward and prosper. But just remember those other warnings. We want to stay out of the mess of that and we want to have a good time. This Ace of Rods energy usually means new business and financial, like abundance. It usually has to do with work energy, that kind of type of thing, career matters, where but all aces can mean birth, birth of a new child, if that's part of our vision we have. This birth of a new child, birth of a new creative endeavor, birth of a new partnership coming into our life, maybe entrepreneurial, maybe we've met a new mate that, or boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, somebody that we want to be with. It can mean if we're having trouble within our primary relationship, fresh new start, fresh new beginning, where things look better and more secure for the future. Maybe it could be for those of us that are investing monies or things like that, that we find a better place to invest our monies that's going to build them and have them grow more efficiently for us. So both of these things go along with our vision, you know. But this card here in the middle of it and the word forgiveness, watch out, because we may have to forgive something, or we may have to use that discretion and discrimination and those kind of weird tactics in order to be able to move forward. Maybe keep our lips zipped about plans that we have or creative ideas that we have, maybe for at work or for a promotion, like that when other people are vying for it. Because with this Ace of Rods energy, it means our vision is coming to fruition. So whatever area, these are general readings, I can't hone that piece down for you, where it falls, like love, career, work, you know. Normally this is work, but it can mean relationships, fresh new starts, or an old relationship made new. We came to terms with it, we figured it out, we're going to go through it because our next card is justice. And for those of us that the parties, because we had a really bad deceptive, mate or husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, we broke up with them, the Ace of Rods will mean new relationship. The Justice card, it means that we're going through a time, basically, where we want justice served. It may be because of this Seven of Rods energy, but the Justice card itself, Seven of Swords, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. The Justice card itself, there are the scales of balance here. So with the Justice card, for those of us, and the next card it could be with this other card here, for those of us that are perhaps going through a divorce, separation, those kind of things, the Justice card tells us basically our word forgiveness, have in our word vision, have a vision, of how do I make things fair and balanced for all people concerned. So the Justice card basically tells us, if somebody else is being sneaky and deceptive, it's not going to be me. I'm going to let them show their self in front of everybody, so the elephant in the middle of the living room, everybody's saying, look, It's really the elephant in the living room. I want, with this, we stay in harmony and we stay in balance. Whether it's division of properties, monies, funds, we're not going in there to, I'm taking every penny that you have. We're going in there with that. And that's a balance also of the emotions that are involved in all of this for all parties. To keep it balanced, we think about that also. Sometimes with this card, we're being called in to arbitrate a situation for someone else. But justice does not have emotion in it. It looks at the facts, it sees things clearly, and it remains neutral. And it says, what is the balanced way for all parties to benefit, the most efficient way? What gives all the parties as most as I can, what they need or desire. That's why I'm saying it in that manner, because we have this Seven of Swords energy in there. And we have the fresh new start, new beginning. So with justice there, we don't want to get out of balance. We don't want to be that deceptive type energy, and we don't want to be that no matter how angry we are. Remember, take that deep breath, step back, maybe avoid the conflict entirely if we can, because we have the Tower. And no, lightning's not coming down striking us. Hopefully, nothing like that's happening. This Tower energy is also an argumentative type energy, Maybe we are, for those of us that are going through separation or divorce type energy. It could be that. But with the Tower situations, if we really think, these are usually conflicts that could have been avoided if we would have only opened our eyes and faced the truth, the vision of what we were really seeing. We could have changed the situation ahead of time and avoided all the conflict, to begin with. Sometimes, though, in certain circumstances, these can happen like really fast. It's like is a lightning bolt energy where something you never expected comes at you out of the clear blue sky. A husband can walk in, husband, wife, whatever, and say, I'm divorcing you. And you're like, and you thought everything was good. But even with those things, we can look back, what was this person doing maybe that felt a little wrong to us, here or there, that kind of energy. But what I found with Tower, if we look at the situation right now, how it stands, we look at all back over it, we step into that attitude of neutrality with justice, and we look clearly at all the facts, we can usually avoid the situation entirely or change the energetics of it. And we have the Ace of Rods there and this Three of Cups energy, to bring that completion, that happiness, that play, If we see the things clearly, take off the blinder type energy. This can be an event that hits us we didn't even know was coming. Maybe some kind of a tragedy with a friend or, those kind of things that really shakes our world. But for the most part, these are heavy duty conflict situations that we could have seen coming and took the steps ahead of time to avoid them or to change the situation before or ahead of time. I just looked up at this screen and realized that's not a bow on my head, Cancer. It's my little Christmas tree. And I'm doing these readings at the way before Christmas. This is the beginning of December. Anyhow, these are, and we do have that opportunity. We have forgiveness in here. We have the Three of Cups energy. We have the Justice energy and the Ace of Rods. And that step back. Don't do that shoot from the hip, that snap judgment stuff. Step back from conflict, or argumentative situations. Maybe there's a way to resolve it without having the fight, because, oh no, the vision that we're having for ourselves is coming forward or to fruition with our words here. And we have the word creativity, sometimes that's lightning fast happening could be our word efficiently. We didn't expect it, but there it is in our face, and hindsight is 2020, and situations that aren't appropriate for us, or this extra type of betrayal type sneaky energy around us. So, look at, I can't place this for us because we're all individual cancers, but look at it, look at the situations that are around us, and actually evaluate them and see what we can do to move forward or move through them a little faster, or more efficiently, like our word, whether it's in a relation, some of us it'll be relationship, some it might be directly related to work here and winning a promotion, kind of going a roundabout way to avoid the conflict or the tower situation. Can't make the cards up. It's interesting. I know we're going through it and we're going to get what we want, because we do have this energetics that it says there is nothing to worry about. And we have I can't get the glare off of there for you, we have the Ace of Rods energy and Justice. And the Party Hardy card to go along with it. That's a nice card, I have to say. It says you are safe, and this situation is under the perfect control of divine providence and universal order. Only infuse loving thoughts and emotions into the situation to ensure that the highest possible outcome flows effortlessly to and through you. Take a deep breath, Cancer. Don't shoot from the hip. Good gravy. Let me find our card in here. Oh, I went the wrong way. No, I didn't. What am I doing here? I'm not even in T yet. You gotta wonder me. I gotta wonder about me sometimes. I sit here and I'll go A, B, C, D till I get up to T. The angels send this card to you because you've been needlessly worrying. Worry is a form of prayer, and it draws to you that which you do not desire. We Cancers are warriors though, aren't we? We worry everything. Release your worries to your angels, as there truly is nothing to worry about. In fact, your worries could create a self-fulfilling prophecy. It says, everything is much better than you imagine. Ask the angels to release you from worry. A happy outcome is inevitable. Avoid worrying lest the negative emotion pull you and the situation down. The angels are with you and everything's okay. Yay, Cancer. Well, Cancer, that's our reading for this month, and I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, shares, and your subscribes and your comments. I read each and every one of them, and if anybody wants to know more about me or just go neb about me, all the information's down below the screen there to be able to do it. And if anybody who wants to set an appointment with me, all of the information to do that is in the About section below the screen and it's over at the website. And to the prayer class and sutra classes are over at the website now. There's 2 short videos that explain them. I put them, or my husband did, put them over at the website for you. I did not realize you were scrolling and scrolling to find those little videos that explain them. Prayer class is very comprehensive, 2.5 hours long. It explains to you exactly how and why you format prayers, like, and the reason why you format them in that way for manifestation, this kind of work, things like that. And the sutras are thought forms that you put into a really simple meditation. Takes 5 minutes a day. They enhance the clear perceptions dramatically, fine tune them. So there's 2 videos that explain them, and everybody I've met through 2 whole years of doing these YouTubes, and all of you I've met through 30 years of doing this work, I want to tell you all, it's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to be able to serve you. Maybe and hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.